And I'm Dr. Victor Munyaka, Member of Parliament, Machakos Town, and the chair to this committee. I now give the CS the opportunity to introduce his team.
My name is Echesa. I'm the CS Sports and Heritage. With me here is Mr. Peter Kaberia, who is the PS. And then we have Mr. Farah here, who is the Secretary of Administration. And then we have Mr. Ruga here, who is the engineer. Who else? Thank you. And then behind here is our PA. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. We want to appreciate the presence of the CS today, because I think we have had around 3 meetings in the past without the attendance of the CS. Today, I think it is very good. Members usually, even through the standing orders, they are actually mandated to deal with the CS, and then the CS would come with a team, PS and the other team, to be able to answer to issues which are before the committee. Otherwise, we want to appreciate and pray that in the future we be together whenever we have a meeting with the ministry. 2 weeks ago, I think there about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we had a meeting with your department, and we were prosecuting the issue of the petition by Honorable Kathuri on doping issues, anti-doping issues. And this committee requested your ministry to be able to furnish the committee with some documents, and I understand the peers has actually brought those documents, which will form part of the report by the committee. And I would like to request you to officially now present those documents so that we can be able to answer to that issue of the petition.
So it is you. So, Chair, these are the documents that
Thank you very much. And I really want to thank the ministry for doing that particular assignment. And as the volume shows, it appears it's a serious assignment and information. Okay, today we have 3 issues which this committee would like to discuss with you, starting with a question asked by Honorable Member for Parliament in the House. And that member is actually Honorable John Kipkosgei Tonui, the MP for Kerosoi South Constituency. And I believe you had the question, and you have even given the answers. But I think it is just procedural that I ask the question so that you can be able now to answer. The member is not here with us, but since we have the question here, and these members are vast with the issues of stadiums, we are going to ask supplementary questions. And I believe we are going to transact our business within a short period of time, because we still have some business in the floor of the House. So this was the question. Why has the construction of Oleguruone Stadium in Nakuru County, funded by the national government and inaugurated in 2014, stalled, and when is it expected to be completed? That was the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for giving me this opportunity. First and foremost, I want to thank the committee for inviting me for this session. And as you've just said, that I have not been appearing before the committee. Myself, Chair, the last time you summoned me to appear before you here, I was attending the cabinet. And I sent my PS here to come and give my apology. I don't know whether he gave my apology or not. And lastly, Chair, I have respect towards this committee, because to be understanding, this committee can break my ministry or build my ministry. Therefore, yesterday I saw some writings in the paper that I'm one of the CS who defer the summons for my committee. Mr. Chair, I want to be on record that I have never deferred any summon from this committee, and I have respect towards this committee. Therefore, the question asked by the Member of Parliament, Honorable Joseph Kipkoskei. Chair, Olengoroni Stadium is located in Kurosoi South constituency of Nakuru County. It is 101 kilometers from Nakuru town. The design of Olengoroni Stadium was done by the Ministry of Local Government in conjunction with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development in 2012. Therefore, this ministry was not the implementing entity, Mr. Chair. However, from the records, the contract was awarded to M/S Twins Construction Limited at a contract sum of Kenya shillings 290,643,606,809 cents on 3rd of September 2012. Chair, the contract was signed between M/S Twins Construction Limited and the Ministry of Local Government on 12th of November 2012, and the contractor moved to the site. The contractor period was 24 weeks from the date of signing the contract, Mr. Chair. Construction work started on 20th November 2012. The contractor was expected to hand over the completed project on 20th November 2014. And urban development, now under the Ministry of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development. The scope of work, Mr. Chair, the contractor was to invest to the following components: perimeter wall, boundary wall, retaining wall, soccer pitch and athletic track, western and eastern pavilions, driveway and parking lots, 2 ablution blocks, stormwater drainage, mechanical, electrical and fire suppression installations, and landscaping and improvement of access roads. Certified works, Mr. Chair. Project completion period was revised on 23rd September 2016, 2 years from the initial completion date. The project stands at 42% completion stage, Mr. Chair. The completion period will be revised against since a lot of work has not been done. Payments. Certified paid to the date stand at Kenyan shillings 3,481,130.90 cents, which accounts for 25% of completed work. There is a pending third certificate of Kenyan shillings 6,965,755.20 cents, accounting for 17% of completed works. Mr. Chair, challenges leading to delays in completion. 1, delays in funding. 2, a predicted earthworks. Fluctuation in weather conditions. Encroachment of stadium site. Way forward. The State Department for Sports is in consulting with the State Department for Housing and Urban Development to come up with strategy on completion of the stadium. Finances for completion of the stadium to be provided. Operationalization of the Sports, Arts and Social Development Fund will help in financing some of the stalled projects. Contract period to be extended by at least 1 year. The period will enable the contract to complete the project. That is the position, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Bwana CS. I think, honorable members, you may have recorded some issues, and I want to open the forum for discussion. So if you have any issue, honorable members, you can show by your interest so that I can give you the opportunity to prosecute. Honorable Kubai Ringo.
Thank you, Chair. CS, thank you for that reply to Honorable Tonoi's question. Unfortunately, it's not here, but we shall able represent him. From the onset, it appears this project was not under your ministry, as you have stated, and the Minister of Local Government by then was the one which was undertaking this one.
Yes.
Is there any time when the project was handed over to you, or you just decided to answer the question because it was brought to you? Was it handed over to you, or you just when you took over, was it added? Number two, has your ministry disbursed any money towards this project, or where were the fundings, which we have seen that already for the 2% is done? I guess the money was being channeled through the Ministry of Local Government by then. There's a certificate of 17%, which is, I understand is not yet paid. Who is going to pay this one? Because now we don't have the Minister of Local Government, or the Housing Minister is the one who's going to pay. And if there are any funds which have been allocated for the continuation or the completion of the project, are the funds in your ministry or in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development?
Thank you, Chair.
You can record that answer together for all members. Honorable Christine.
Thank you. Mine is related to the challenges listed on page 4. There are 4 challenges. The first one is delay in funding. Is the delay in funding being the result of no budget put for this project, so that there's delay in looking for money here and there? What happened to the budget that was allocated to this project? And maybe that's the reason why there's delay. And the second one is unpredicted earthworks. If it is unpredicted earthworks, it means forever we shall not put up this structure, because it will always be unpredicted. Weather is something we cannot control. So if this is a problem, then I can see that there will be no time when this project will ever be undertaken. The third one is fluctuation in weather condition. This is the same thing as the second challenge. We cannot control the weather, and it is fluctuating all the time. It means the project will never take off. Yeah. So these are my worries. These are natural issues that we have no control over. And if there are problems, then they're going to be a problem forever. Then encroachment of stadium by squatters. This again, this perhaps this can be handled, although it can also be another problem dealing with squatters being removed from that place. It may raise a lot of political issues, just like the Mao. I don't know how this will be handled in a manner that is sensitive and also taking care of the squatters.